Welcome to Two Guys, Two Questions, a chaotic, unscripted podcast.
Yeah, surprise questions with no prep.
I'm Ryan Keaton, a real estate guy who's happiest with an ocean view.
And I'm Jarrod Greer, a retro toy fanatic / loather who may or may not have a Batman cape within arm's reach right now.
You definitely do.
You don't know that.
From alligators to vibrators, superheroes to existential crisis, we cover it all.
Plus, every month we'll bring in a mystery guest and try to keep things extra unpredictable.
So if you like spontaneous conversations, French bulldogs stealing the show, and two guys who think they're funnier than they probably are, then you're in the right place.
Yep. Well, enough of this. Let's do this. Two Guys, Two Questions starts now. Hello, Ryan Keaton. How are you today, buddy?
I am fantastic.
Okay. Well,
Fantastic.
for just to contribute to our recurring fucking theme, I just pulled into my driveway after a long, hard day's work at the warehouse, and a strange car pulled in behind me, and I couldn't figure out who the fuck it was, and I got out, and it was Ryan, of course. So that, I think, is a more recurring theme than the dogs, but anyway, here we are.
Yeah, the confusion on your face, even after I got out of the car, was enjoyable to me.
Yeah,
It was almost like your eyesight wasn't working, and you're like, is it really?
Well, you know, it's like, I'm sure you've had this happen. You've had a long fucking day. You pull in your driveway. Maybe there's a good song on, whatever, but you're like, I'm just going to sit here, collect my thoughts for a second, then I'm going to go in and let the dogs out, or whatever you do when you get home. But then I'm going to fucking relax for a while.
Yep.
And then I look at my fucking rear view, and I'm like, shit. Damn it. I forgot. I'm an adult. I make commitments. Or whatever. But, you know, here we are. Had our first day of my massive inventory blowout warehouse sale today, and I got to watch so many people carry so much complete and total bullshit out of my warehouse today and trade me $5 U.S. currency for them.
The best part about that to me is the fact that this was day one, so all the good shit's there.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's not walked out.
Yeah, no.
But that makes it, that shit gets a little bit of excitement for day 2 and 3.
No, what it scares me is that at the end, I don't know. I guess that's the best case scenario. At the end, all of the dog shit will be gone, and all the
good stuff
will still, all the good stuff will still be there. Keep in mind, I've already moved a whole warehouse full of shit out of there that I wanted to keep. So literally everything in this place is stuff that I do not want to own. Today we did everything in the warehouse. So we did pricing by attrition. So it's $5 the first day. I'm going to do $5 again the second day, but third day it's 2 for $5, and the last day it's $1. But all day long I heard, can I have this for $1? And I just say, you come back Sunday or whatever. And that seemed to work pretty well, but all day long I had to fight with people that every item is $5. And if you pick up a box that has 37 items in them, that is 37 items times $5. Yep. Yes. I was shocked. Hopefully you don't tell me, oh, Dixie's into that shit or whatever. But we had this is I guess the dumbest item of the sale. An estate I cleaned out a year ago, the woman had a beauty shop in her basement. And there were, I don't know, maybe 25 bottles of some kind of shampoo in there. And they were just in a box at the warehouse. And I was about to throw them away the other day because it's liquid, you know. And I thought, I'm asking for trouble. But Jackson, my son, scanned one of them and looked it up on eBay. And he said, man, there's 100% sell-through on these things on eBay for like $60 a bottle. And I said, well, I can't throw it away then. So we just left it on the shelf. Somebody bought the whole fucking thing.
I probably would, yeah.
For $5 a bottle.
She'd probably be best not to know that story.
Yeah, well, hopefully she doesn't like you well enough to listen to this podcast now. But anyway, so I guess it was some kind of fancy shampoo that went for $5 a bottle. And somebody bought all the shit. I was just amazed that somebody bought and paid for that shit.
I think that's prime example. You can put damn near anything on like a Facebook marketplace or something like that, and somebody somewhere is going to like, ooh, I want that.
Yeah, well, it's another man's treasure situation in there, because there's so much stuff in there that I don't personally want or we don't really deal with or whatever. But there's enough random stuff to where almost anybody can walk in there and find something that appeals to them. And I guess that's where I'm going to make my money, is that I'm going to make it by individualizing all the things that appeal to one single person or whatever. Well, but it's been so much fun watching people in there scanning every item on eBay or whatever and be like, oh, this is worth $18 and I can get it for $5 or whatever. And it bothered me today because I was looking down my nose at that, but then I thought, that's how I started. It literally, and I tell people a lot that that's the only way I know to go from zero to something, is to look around your damn bedroom and see two things you don't need, and list that shit on eBay for sale. Yeah, and there's your start money. It doesn't matter what you start with, as long as you start with something that somebody will give you $1 for,
that you have 50 cents into. Or a quarter. Or that you already have. Yeah.
Jarrod, my oldest son, right before COVID, lost his job, and I think he was, 2020. He would have been, I can't math. I think he would have been 25 at the time. But anyway, he lost his job, and he was kind of down. You know how you're in your mid-20s and you get down on yourself.
You think you'll never have another job again.
Yeah.
I can remember that freaking out stage.
I had a talk with him at one time. I said, just look around your house, find 5 things you don't need, list them on eBay, and go from there. Or come see me and I'll give you 5 random-ass things around here, list on eBay, and there's your start money, and then rinse and repeat. And he did that all through COVID, because COVID happened right after that. And all through COVID, he retail arbitrage. You'd go be looking for stuff that was hard to find and just be smart at finding it and good at finding it. And I hate to think how many swimming pools my 2 sons sold during COVID.
Oh, really?
Because they got really hard to find. And lots of people hate that flipper mentality, but especially for 25-year-olds, I consider that hustle.
Yeah. It's survival.
Yeah. If a swimming pool's $300 at Walmart, and they're hard to get, and you can get $600 for them, by all means, pour it on it. If you got the gumption to be up at 6 in the morning or whenever they put them out or whatever, go buy them some bitches. It's not like it's milk and bread. It's a fucking swimming pool, Yeah. But anyway, it was really exciting, too, watching the technology of flippers. There were people at the sale today that had little Bluetooth barcode scanners, and they were just they were just boop, 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 boop. And I guess their phone had some shit on them that said, buy that or don't buy that or whatever. But there's no honor in that to me. I think you got to have some, I said this to you earlier, but you got to know your craft, man. You got to be able to look at something and know that's a good deal. But I guess when we were in school, we weren't allowed to use calculators.
No.
So never going to have one in your pocket, right?
No.
Never. No.
But that is, to me, that is... So essentially, you have people that are reloading for their flea markets or their little boutique or whatever that they expand on.
I think about this a lot of times. I'm enabling them to compete with me.
Well, you're like their wholesaler.
Yeah, but then I think if you're the supply chain, you don't have competition, you have distribution.
Yeah, because that's what I said. You're the wholesaler. Yeah. They're coming to get it. You're buying it for whatever, $1. Ish, whatever it is. Some more than others, but and then selling it for $5, and then they turn around and sell it for 10 or 20 or whatever.
All this particular stuff just amasses in my life because we go to places and buy estates or whatever, and you get the 10 items you want out of them, and then the rest of it
is the price for getting the 10 items.
Just fucking sits around, yeah. And you say it don't eat, but it does. It eats space and all that. And this is the first time I've really ever completely flushed that shit, and I'm gonna try to stick to flushing. Whatever's left, I'm gonna try to just have somebody give it to somebody or whatever. I'm gonna try not to move it. Side note: walking around in hot, sweaty warehouse all day, I have a case of the swamp ass like you wouldn't fucking believe, Ryan. Like raging fucking swamp ass right now, and I'm sitting here recording.
I'm glad we have a little distance. I'm glad we have a little distance.
Yep. And I was never so full circle moment. Never so glad to come back to a bidet and just get that little cold water splash there.
A little splash.
So, anyway, all right. Well, you got anything exciting going on? I've rambled to you for a good 10 minutes here.
Just been getting plenty of time with the grandbaby, which is fun. I have got here in couple weeks, well, I guess towards the end of September, we're going to get a go down and spend the weekend and take care of my daughter's going away on a destination wedding, so we get to go down and keep the baby for a weekend.
Wait, stop. What the fuck is a destination wedding? You're saying somebody's going to Costa Rica to get married or whatever.
They're going to Colorado, so I don't know if it's friends in Colorado or
gotcha.
whatever. But yeah, so they're going out there, and we get to keep Nora, the older grandkids. So that's fun. But
they're not going to let you keep the baby.
So the other babies.
The baby's here. Never mind.
Yeah, baby's here.
Sorry, fuck that up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, so I mean, lots of grandkid stuff. Getting ready to planning some more trips.
Well, you're just a boring old fucker then.
Had a good listing today. Got a farm coming up, so that was kind of cool. And the cool thing about that particular one, which is happening a lot more lately, and but it is people researching and calling me, and just randomly calling, saying, "Hey, I've seen your stuff. We think you're amazing. Will you come list our house?"
Ooh, that has to make you feel good.
Yeah, and those tend to be the higher end ones. Yeah, like the farm I'm getting ready to list. We're probably talking about $500,000. So for our area, that's huge, right?
Because I figure 90% of realtor referrals are just, hey, my buddy knows you, right?
Yes.
Not we looked online, we saw your number, or we see your numbers, or.
So I will tell you that probably if I'd looked at the 5 years prior, I probably had maybe a couple, maybe 5 or so that had researched and found me. Yeah. Every other one of them is like you said, that, hey, you helped Johnny. He said you were awesome. Or they've seen an advertisement. And I bet I've had probably 5 to 7 this year already that people have called me and said, hey, we did our research. You're the one that we've determined. Or we've researched and you're one of the 2 people we're going to interview.
Yeah.
And get that opportunity.
I don't know this because I'm not a smart consumer and it's not the kind of thing they tell you. Do you have people that come to you that say, I'm going to talk to 3 different realtors. Tell me how many points you want. And we're going to compare notes. We're going to compare what we think you can do for us versus your price with other things. What I'm saying is, do you ever have to bid for them? Do you have to say, we'll do it for 3 points instead of 4? Or, I don't know, 7 usually, right?
There may be others that do it that way.
Yeah.
I personally don't.
Yeah.
I personally believe what I provide for the fee that I have is
right.
I feel I earn it. So I just don't, I don't typically get in that position to where they're like, well, Johnny, is going to give me 0.5% cheaper. And I'm like, did Johnny tell you da 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 da?
Yeah.
And they're like, well, no. And I'm like, there's the reason, that in my opinion. So, but
because if you think about it, a smart consumer, I'm not trying to put ideas in your customer's head, but a smart consumer would talk to you, see what they think you can do for them.
Yep. And
know that this is your rate. And then they're going to talk to 2 other realtors and see what they can do for them and know that is their rate. But is that what the realtor board is? Is it the price fixing real estate mafia that says everybody's going to charge 7.5%?
Yeah.
Nobody's going to go to 6.
No,
because I don't know the numbers. I'm making these up, by the way.
No, absolutely not, because that is strictly against guidelines to be able to set a price.
Okay.
Or commission, or all that stuff is negotiable.
Okay.
If somebody wants it to be, because honestly, there's people in town that charge more for a listing than I do.
Okay, so that's what I didn't know, is if price was a function of it.
Price is absolutely a function of it. Yeah.
Okay.
But surprisingly, if
nobody asks you to quote your rate or
everybody absolutely wants to know what my rate is and how it breaks down and what I do for that particular service. But yeah, some people are higher. There's some discount brokerages that go lower, but
get what you pay for.
Yeah.
Yep. I make those. Did you just kill a fucking fly? What the fuck?
That's me, man. I'm just smacking your table, man, trying to make my point.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we still got that infernal ring.
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyway. All right, you got a question? Because I obviously don't. I'm trying to think of one on the fly here because I was ill prepared for this. But anyway, so I hope you came to back with one cocked and loaded here.
Yeah, there was a couple different directions I was thinking about going with this week, but one of the things that I saw was funny, so I just want to see how you would make it funnier.
Oh, God.
So I don't know if you've seen, but I guess apparently in Boston at the airport, some dude, I don't know what caused it, but the dude kind of lost his mind. They were in line for a flight, and then all of a sudden the guy strips off all his clothes, lays down in the floor in just his red boxers, gets up, moons the line, and then eventually has to be carried out by police and troopers in just his boxers, because at one point he'd pulled them down and basically was just showing everybody in the airport
this helicopter
terminal.
like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
So was he on drugs?
I don't know. They didn't have any additional details. They had a picture of him just going like this with him rolling out with him, and they showed him on all fours because at one point he got on all fours and stuck his butt up at the people in line.
Have you seen the video? And this is internet gold from 20 fucking years ago. Have you seen the video where the kid freaks out in his bedroom and he's just fucking, wailing and flailing around or whatever, and he gets on his bed on all fours and takes the remote control and tries to shove it up his ass?
No.
That's the best fucking video.
We got to see if that's still surviving out there.
I remember that from 20 damn years ago.
We'll put that for the YouTube viewers if we can find it.
Anyway.
So the question is...
Oh, my God.
I want to know if you were part of the TSA, you're part of the crew there that's got to somehow keep things moving and functioning, right? What kind of ludicrous shit would you do to try to divert everyone's attention?
Oh, God.
And it could
the
be,
only thing is, if you're diverting everybody's attention,
you're trying to get them off the naked man helicoptering.
Oh, there's just nothing you could do
without them moving towards loading the plane
without causing a scene there.
Yeah, do it. What's your scene? How are you going to divert?
Holy shit!
What's your go-to move for naked helicopter men?
Man, I don't even know that video is out there. By the way, I don't even know how you could top that, Ryan. I mean. I still want to know why he's freaking out, for one. Was there something in line that set him off, or was he, I don't know if he was on drugs or whatever.
This happened, I think this happened today or yesterday, so there's still going to be more to come out. It's pretty recent. I just saw, like I said, a highlight, and it made me chuckle.
Man, this is tough, man. I mean, you have to try to just get everybody... so I'm being a realist here, and what they have to do is try to get everybody to just focus towards, we can get you through security much quicker now if you just fucking pay attention and do what we're saying. Because
so your go-to,
no, I don't know if that's
with a man naked doing a helicopter. You're like, let's be realist.
No,
you want to go the serious route.
I mean, I'm probably going to put the dogs on the fucking guy for one, but gosh. Ryan, I don't even know what you could do to top that. I really don't. To divert attention from that. Because you have to end up being like one of these Barney Fife types or whatever if you're a fucking TSA agent. Nothing to see here or whatever. Yep. But that doesn't cut it in the fucking real world.
Now, I feel like
the TSA is going to fire your ass if you do anything stupid. I mean, if I could keep my job.
Yeah, you get to keep your job.
I get to keep my job, whatever. You're going to...
So I think this would be a perfect scene, or a perfect movie scene would be somebody grabbing a microphone and singing a song.
Is my dick bigger than his? I mean, that's a key question here.
I guess you learned that in the moment as it's helicoptering.
I guess, because mine's not very big around, but it's short. So I don't really know. I guess. Ryan, I don't know. You got me stumped here. Do you have something in mind? Did you have a
I mean, my thoughts were just funny stuff of just
you just gotta sing.
You grab
or
and
you gotta do
sing
some shit.
do it in a Shakespearean voice of singing, you know, like the boarding.
Yeah. Man, I don't know. If you, jeez, that's too hard.
Too hard?
Yeah, I think so. I think there's nothing you can do. Like, literally, I think there's nothing you can do to divert from that. Unless you have the bigger dick and you're willing to helicopter with the dude, you know. If you're willing to make it a twosome, you know.
You might get some hair on that.
If you're willing to make it the gruesome twosome over there. And you got to be careful because, well, I'm not going to tell you what you be careful of. Never mind.
So you got nothing for that.
No,
so it kind of going.
That sucks, man. And that's such a good moment too. But I'm falling short here, dude. I can't. I mean, short of shoving a remote up your ass, I'm not sure what you could do.
Answer is,
and
or would you go with the microphone?
I'll
you have a
shove the microphone in my ass. Yeah, do you have a microphone as a TSA? I don't think you do.
Well, the airline people would have, you know, because they're now boarding.
Yeah,
rows.
You could put yourself on the X-ray machine
because he's actually in line to get on his flight.
He's actually through security.
Yeah.
Huh. Man, that's a different twist. I thought he was in line at security. If he's getting on,
my understanding is he was actually in the line.
So he's had to have had either a mental breakdown or eaten too many drugs in line for security because he didn't want to get caught with them.
Yeah.
By the way, I don't know this. I'm not pretending you're the kind of person that would know this. Can you eat pot? Like, can you just straight up eat pot?
I think.
And will it get you high if you do? I mean, I guess so because you eat brownies, right?
Yeah, but I think it has to be processed some way because, like, if you put it in brownies, don't you actually like boil it and
fuck? I don't know.
Do something like that.
I'm a horrible.
I think you can, but I don't. But I think that it would be like a much slower process, probably because
so he didn't freak out in TSA's line of security and eat a bunch of pot or something.
Not to my knowledge,
and then trip balls once he got about to go
or
on
he
the
could
plane.
have.
I don't know, man. That's crazy kooky shit, Ryan. And I'm failing you. I just don't have a good answer to top that story. I wish I was there.
Yeah.
When it I don't know how. I don't even know how me as a person would react to that if I was happening. I mean, do you applaud that or do you?
You have to get the camera out. You have to get the phone out as quick as possible.
I'm sure
right?
it's been
it was. I think there was somebody recorded
times,
it.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's see, man. Freaks out.
While you're doing that, I'm curious. Do you watch any of the like garbage, like Love Islands or any of those little fun?
I try not to.
They're fun for like turn my head off. So instead of watching Facebook Marketplace and spending money, that's what we're doing to do that. But I
don't see it here. No, you made this shit up.
I did not make it up.
I think you did.
Now, if I had looked it up, I'll see if I can. I don't know that there was a video, but
I believe you made this up. Anyway, I hope you made it up.
It was a JetBlue passenger performs bizarre striptease at airport gate. Maybe it was a fake news.
Yeah, probably. Probably so. Shit.
Fake news.
Fake news, baby. I'm sorry, where were you going for? I interrupted.
So, reason I asked about, there was one of the shows we watched, one of the more popular little contestants on there. We ended up watching the reunion, and one of these couples that was really strong on the show. Mm-hmm. And then the reunion's a few months later, 6 months, year, whatever it is. But anyway, we're watching the reunion. And these two are just like, they were like so in love, like they were just the best thing since sliced bread. Well, now they're very tense. And finally, we're like, what the fuck's going on with these two? This is weird. And then all of a sudden somebody says, well, you lied to me. What did he lie about? And he's like, well, and everybody else is rallying around him And I'm like, okay, well, he's lied to the girl, and he's coming across as a douche because we have no clue what's going on. We don't know context, but everybody else on the panel does. And then finally, somebody just has to come out with a story. But apparently, before he went into the villa, he was on a dating site, and I guess some girl that he was trying to get with requested a video, and then she fucking released it. And it was a video of him. And this, these are all 20-year-old, good-looking dudes.
Yeah.
But next thing you know, I guess apparently the video was leaked of him on all fours with a close-up camera on his butthole that he was, like, pulsating to music or something. And you very clearly could tell who it was, that it was him.
If people can do that, if people can do that and make their asshole dance to music... I don't have a chance in the fucking dating world anymore. I lose. I'm just fucking done. I mean, I don't have a skill like that, really. Not that I can think of. I mean,
no. But yeah, I guess why she was upset is because she walked in right after hell was coming. In other words, he received like the text that, hey, this has been released. Well, he's a public figure, right? Because he's been on a dating show, very popular. So his DMs are getting beat up. He's not got to call his mom and say, Mom, I am so sorry, but this get. And she comes in and she's like, why are you upset? And he's like, and he just made up a story to try to get out of the situation so he could go figure out, because he's had 2 minutes of knowing this is happening.
Yeah.
And she's losing her mind. That's unacceptable. You can't lie to me. But he was like, listen, I hadn't even processed it. I mean, I got it. I felt for the guy.
I mean, these are all stage shows, right?
I've watched a few of these shows, and I've never seen anybody come up with the butthole story. So I
know, but I mean, if that's the kind of thing that if you're on a reality show and you tell the producers, I can make my butthole dance. They're saying, we're figuring out how to get that on the show.
But God, that's why I tell my kids, man, you just be whatever. If in this day and age, nothing, if you put it on the internet, it can resurface. Yeah. But his team did really well because, of course, I had to go look for it. You cannot find it on the internet anywhere.
So, how many of these shows? Do you watch a lot of these kind of shows?
Probably a couple of them. Yeah. We'll just watch a season. It's it's 10 o'clock. Yeah. We got an hour to watch TV, and just I need something to brain shut off.
Do you watch the Vanderpumps?
No, I never watched any of the Vanderpumps. Well, like Bachelor in Paradise or like Love Island or something.
Katrina that works for me is really into the Vanderpumps.
And I'll tell you what really got us doing that, because I've watched none of that before. But the kids, I had all the kids were home at some point, vacation, and they're all talking about it, and they're like, oh, Dad, you got to watch it. And then now it's become something we're texting all the time. It's created a conversation.
You're just an A&E Bravo whore. Is it all Bravo?
Love Island's Peacock.
Peacock? Okay. Yeah. Whatever. I guess it's the same. I never knew that about you. So that's your guilty pleasure, huh?
Guilty pleasure is a little bit of...
a little bit of TV smut.
Yep.
Or not smut. Trash. Trash TV.
It's strict garbage. Yeah.
Hot garbage TV. Yeah. Okay. Yep. All right. Well, one thing I was going to tell you a minute ago, the kid with the remote in his ass. And this leads me into a question that just happened to pop into my mind. I have
never stuck a remote in my ass.
No, not that. Okay, so he did that because his mom, or the story was, number one, it was a story. I'm going to guess it was probably a made-up video anyway, but maybe not. You never know. But the story was that he freaked out because his mom canceled his World of Warcraft subscription.
At the age that he was, I could probably see a reaction out of that.
I've also seen videos where, have you ever seen the video where the dad takes the PlayStation games and shit out in the yard and runs over him with a zero-turn lawnmower, and the kid loses his fucking mind over it?
I don't watch you little clips and videos.
Yeah, well, I don't.
I guess that's probably, I missed that one.
I don't either, but I spent a lot of time on the internet 15 years ago, so these are all ancient videos that nobody's even ever seen these days. You start resurrecting things from the internet. But anyway, what would cause you to have a complete and total meltdown, either today or when you were younger? Like, I think mostly I control myself very well, even if I'm having an internal meltdown.
Yeah.
But what would make you like what one thing would really fucking send you into losing control of your temper and having a stupid ass shoving a remote in your ass meltdown?
I'm trying to think of what would push me to the point of shoving. I will tell you one thing that is a major trigger for me today.
Yeah.
And I can usually, like you said, I'm like you. I can be melting down in my head, but be able to do it. But I'm probably going to start getting a little. I hate people that are condescending or talk down to me.
Yeah.
And that I don't deal with that very well, especially if somebody maybe is in a position to where, for whatever reason, they either have more money or they have more power or they think they have more power and if they start, I don't deal with that very well.
So nobody puts baby in a corner kind of thing.
No, I just don't. I don't do that to people unless they really are. I mean, like it takes a lot, but I mean, I can. If you want to get in the effing weeds about something, there was a situation one time where I had somebody that after I'd had my real estate license for a couple years, they had their license for 7, and they were constantly just little things. And then finally one time we were in a meeting and I had enough, because there was a lot of condescending stuff coming out, and I went and looked at some stats, and I had sold in 2 years, I'd sold like, I don't know, 150 properties. And in 7 years of them having their license, they'd sold 110. So I'd sold more in like a year and a half than they'd sold over 7 years. And I just was like, all right, fine. And it, not a proud moment, but it was like, listen, I don't deal with people trying to be condescending. So that will that'll get me probably the nastiest that I will be, as if that situation occurs. But
so your VR golf game, does it have a subscription?
Yeah.
So you go home and Dixie has deleted your subscription to your VR golf. And she did it to be an asshole. Do you lose your temper?
We'll probably have a discussion.
Yeah.
But I don't think at any point that probably doesn't give me the point of a remote in my ass.
Yeah. Okay.
Somebody careless. So I guess something that does kind of trigger me a little bit, and I don't know if I get to remote in my ass, but because that would take a lot for me. But now if I was that kid's age, I'd probably just fucking already sucked it up and probably need to go to the hospital to get it removed. Because I probably had that big of a breakdown.
Yeah, but I just like I like more than the remote in the ass. I just love the flailing. I just love to throw myself on the bed.
But yeah, I also struggle whenever if people around me don't take care of things that, because I'm pretty, I've just learned because I've worked hard to get where I'm at, and I know what my parents did to get me into this position to be able to get those things. So like if there's disrespect or not taking care of things that I feel like this has been worked hard for, that I struggle with.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to think if there is a maybe if somebody just flat out cheated on me or something like that, maybe I'd get to the point. Jarrod, if you cheat on me, I'll shove a camera up my ass.
We gotta start rehearsing these questions. I think we might need to prepare these questions a day out or something going forward.
I think what I need to go back to reminding you like 4 or 5 hours early so you get time to think about the question, be locked and loaded.
I mean, on the fly, I thought that was pretty good.
That is a good question.
Why are you going to completely trip balls?
Is there anything that pushes you that far now?
No, it has to build for me. Like most of the time, any one thing will never get me, but enough little things in a row. Through 12 years or so of running a convention, which is the highest stress situation you can imagine, I only remember having a complete and total meltdown twice. And I had one of them was a very private meltdown I had an agent that made me look like an idiot in front of a guest, and it was not my fault and not my situation, but I got thrown in it, and I very, very I don't know. I didn't lose my cool then because I very, very politely told him to fuck directly off, in no uncertain terms. But then I did probably lose my cool on a vendor once, which was an unfortunate situation. He didn't like his booth, and I accommodated moving him across the room, and then that was fine, but wanted to face it a different way, and we made that happen. And then it was just like the course of 10 or 11 little things, and then he starts walking up to me at the end of 2 hours worth of dealing with this bullshit. He starts walking towards me, and I said, if you open your mouth, I'm going to get your fucking money and send you back out of this building. I'm going to refund your money and send you the fuck home. Don't talk to me. And I think he would probably tell people I was a real asshole to him.
Yeah.
But like, I'm very good at swallowing whatever kind of bullshit I need to maintain my composure.
Especially in that environment, because you don't have time to get caught up in shit.
You can't get caught. You can't let your emotions. As soon as you get at that,
there's 10 other things that are going to fucking get even worse.
Yeah. And I try so hard to not. You can't. Man, my phone's awful today. You can't get in an emotional state there because you can't deal with stuff happening at a rapid pace from an emotional place. You have to deal with it from a place of I guess, analysis, you know.
Yeah.
You can't react from your gut because you get fucked up a lot there.
Yeah.
Everything has to be thought through. But so I try really hard not to get emotional. I made it all the way through my divorce with probably, I don't even remember raising my voice through my divorce. And pretty much me and my ex-wife are very good friends now. Actually, that was an argument that my ex-wife and I had a lot. Is she told me that I was so unemotional about things that didn't make her feel.
Yeah.
I guess
fighting for it.
Yeah. I guess because I'm just very, for the most part, I'm just very cold and I try to overanalyze everything and not deal with emotions because emotions don't serve you well ever.
Yeah.
Sometimes maybe.
I think that's interesting. That's why it's always good, like, with partners, because I am definitely the more emotional one and more probably triggered. Dixie is.
Oh, I'm a straight up whiny bitch when things are like, you know, like when
calm.
So you know, that's a weird dichotomy with me because I am definitely a whiny bitch, but I don't get mad about things. I just you know, fuck. I wish this had happened.
Yeah,
you know, whatever.
It's fun. It's funny because I feel like I know what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah.
But yet,
I'm not gonna get mad for about.
Like shit. I would think a whiny bitch would like whine and bitch about it, but not do it. You're gonna whine and bitch, but then you're gonna do it just in spite and not let anybody else help.
Yeah, probably. It used to be my most favorite thing in the world. I used to always, because doing the con is basically a 7 to 10 day operation for us. It used to be that I would go down on Monday myself because I wanted one day on the ground by myself to collect my thoughts, get my office set up, and just be alone by myself for a day.
Yep.
And then Tuesday, the whole crew would show up. And it used to be my absolute favorite thing to go there, and I would drive the fucking big box truck down there myself on Monday. And then I'd get up Tuesday morning and have everybody scheduled to be there to unload a truck at 10 a.m., but I'd go do it at 8 a.m. and unload it by myself and unload the entire truck by myself. And by the time everybody got there, say, fuck, where y'all been? I'm done. Or, nice of y'all to fucking show up.
Right when you told them to.
Yeah, right when I fucking told them to. Yeah. But I don't know why. That was like my favorite thing in the world. I always felt like I was, I think just mainly because it put me ahead of schedule.
Yeah.
And it'd be whatever, but also I like saying, oh, I did that shit all by myself. Yeah. Didn't need none of you motherfuckers. Anyway, well, anything else?
My
feet hurt.
Did you see the little Meteor or whatever that basically turned the nighttime into daytime in Japan?
No, but
Now that there's lots of videos on.
Yeah, I was driving the other night. When was that? That was last Saturday night. I was driving at like 4 in the morning because I had to leave here at like 4 in the morning to go to Lexington. I had to be there at 6. And there was definitely shooting stars everywhere while I was driving. I don't know if it's some sort of meteor shower or what.
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't literally making the sky bright or anything, but are you ever driving and see so many of them they get distracting?
Yeah.
Yeah, it became distracting for me wanting to watch the sky.
Yeah.
I saw so
the video looked like a freaking asteroid. Yeah. And then, you know, they said it was just a really, really large meteor or something like that. But when it explodes, you know, once it hits the atmosphere, I mean, it literally briefly, you know, because it's like 2 in the morning. So, and then boom, it looks like it's daylight outside. So, yeah, but one of the questions I was thinking about was that if that was an alien and they came here and the only thing that they were going to learn to start with about Earth was based off Jared Greer's Google search for the last 2 weeks, what would they think about the...
Right now, it's the difference in an asteroid and a meteor. Man, I don't use Google very much anymore because I'm so addicted to ChatGPT now.
I don't know what the difference between an asteroid and a meteor is.
You said it a
but
second
it said
ago.
Meteor, yeah, but...
Well, you said meteor, but then you said, I think it might have been an asteroid or something. Yeah. But I was like, what the fuck's the difference? Yeah. I think an asteroid is in... No, a meteor is in space. A meteorite is when it comes to Earth, right? Do you know that?
I don't know that.
I'm making this shit up, maybe.
I like it.
By next episode, I will have an update on the difference in a fucking meteor and a meteorite and an asteroid.
I like it. We're going to educate them.
And a space invader. By the way, here's a question I want you to think about right now. Off topic. Somebody asked me this. No, I'm saving it for next week. Fuck you. All right, bye.
Later. And just like that, another episode of Two Guys, Two Questions is in the books.
We laughed, we learned. Well, we mostly just laughed.
Yeah, and if you made it this far, congratulations. You now have random knowledge you never asked for.
You're welcome.
Don't forget to follow, subscribe, and leave a 5-star review. Or don't, but just know if you don't, we're bringing back the squeaky toys.
Oh, it's coming back either way.
Until next time, same 2 guys, 2 questions, and absolutely no idea what we're doing.
Perfect.